It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. In a few moments, we'll be sending you out to Portland as the Trailblazers go up against the Toronto Raptors. For Toronto, they went 2-0 against this team last season, looking to continue that string of victories tonight. Battling it out tonight, two offenses that tend to live and die by the three. Shaq, do you think the league is becoming too perimeter-oriented?
Yeah, Kenny knows this. He has 2 rings, I have 4. Championship-level teams usually challenge you outside and inside. You got to keep the defense guessing, Ernie.
Well, the perimeter offenses have become a lot more sophisticated. 25 feet from the baskets, it's hard to impose your physicality against anyone on the defensive
There's
end.
nothing sophisticated about jacking up 83s in the game.
Well, you know what? It's hard to be physical when guys are not even coming near you.
For a guy who liked to shoot the three, would you like to be playing today?
I would, not to toot my own horn.
Go ahead, toot your own.
But I'm going to toot it. I would average easily a 20-point game. Easily 20 a game. Being able to take the amount of threes that they able to take, 20 would be, I would be disappointed.
Drown him out.
I would be so disappointed if I didn't get 20 every night. This is the easiest era to play it. How can you shoot up 23s and call yourself a point guard? So, this is ridiculous. Any scrub can play in this era. Kevin, anybody can play in this era, Kevin. Anybody.
Let's meet the starting lineup for the visiting Toronto Raptors. At shooting guard, Damian Lillard. At power forward, Serge Ibaka. At center, Jonas Valanciunas. At the other guard position, Kyle Lowry. At the other forward position, Kawhi Leonard. The head coach of the team, let's meet your Portland Trailblazers. Starting at small forward, 6 feet 7 inches, number 1, Evan Turner. The other forward, at 6 foot 9 inches, number 8, Al-Farouq Aminu. At center, at 7 foot 0 inches, number 27, Yusuf Nurkic. Starting at shooting guard, at 6 foot 3 inches, number 3, CJ McCollum. At guard, 6'3" from Weber State, wearing number 0, Damian Lillard. The head coach for your home team is Terry Stotts. Once again, your Portland Trailblazers.
This is 2K Sports broadcasting from Portland, Oregon, as the Trailblazers take it to the hardwood. With Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And joining us on the sidelines, another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. The Raptors swing into this game as part of their continuing road trip. Well, they're entering a bit of a soft spot in their schedule, facing off guys against some of the lower-ranked teams in the league, and we'll see if they're able to take advantage and pad their win total.
And I think for Toronto, the position they're in would be considered a success for most teams. But let's face it, they're not most teams. For them, any place other than first is a disappointment.
Especially since they were in the top spot earlier this season. I'm sure they thought they'd be there all year, but now they've got some ground to make up.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting 5 on the floor. So for Toronto right now, Kyle Lowry and Danny Green are the guard tandem. Leonard and Ibaka are the forward pairing. And it's Valanciunas in its center.
That's how it's done, gentlemen. You don't pass to a player, you pass to a spot. Let your teammate run into it.
And for Jusuf Nurkic, you see the flashes of how dominant he can be in every game.
I mean, the potential is there, and he is working hard to find that consistency. I do believe he's noticeably better when he plays with an edge. He's more in tune with what's going on. You almost want to rile him up or do something to tick him off before every game to get the best out of him.
Now here is Lowry after the miss from Evan Turner. At the elbow, it's Ibaka. Clock at 6, feeds to Leonard. The shot goes in, first of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
And he's got the athleticism and strength to be a powerful presence inside. Leonard never afraid to get in and mix it up down low.
And Lillard kicks to Nurkic. Green against McCollum. And Nurkic with the basket on the assist by McCollum.
Check out that assist. You can tell a player who's seeing the whole floor very well.
Pass to Green. And here's Valanciunas. He's guarded by McCollum. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. The shot by Lillard wide open. And it's Toronto with the rebound. This, of course, the first opportunity to play Portland this season.
And remember, they won both games in this matchup last year. No small feat.
These two teams could easily end up meeting to decide the NBA championship. Tonight could be a preview of something with more on the line down the road.
That one good for 2.
Well, he's a guy that can adapt and adjust to any defense he's up against. It's really something to watch.
Lowry passes to Leonard. Back to Lowry. Outside Leonard. The 3. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Danny Green. How his last 10 games have gone. He's putting up about 8 points a game, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And those numbers, solid, not spectacular, and sometimes what you see is what you get.
There's no doubt. This is a guy who understands his role, knows he's got to give you quality minutes, and that's what they expect from him.
3-pointer, Lillard. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
You know, I like how he's getting involved in the offense. He's picking his spots and making his shot attempts count.
Lowry against Lillard. Leonard kicks to Green. Passes to Valanciunas. Bucket is good. Valanciunas has got his first points of the game.
Well, efficient scoring in the post, just one of the reasons Valanciunas is out there.
McCollum feeling it out a bit. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's his first foul. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Good.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Lowry kicks to Valanciunas. To the middle. Here's Ibaka. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup.
Well, Serge Ibaka has really worked on his frame since he entered the NBA. He is someone who can power his way through contact.
And here's McCollum for 3. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard. So for the Trailblazers, their last game, a loss to the Grizzlies.
And, you know, this can happen on the road. You're out defending guys who have just gotten into a comfort zone playing at home.
No passion on the defensive end. Didn't look completely engaged. Really need to lock in and be focused on these road games.
Valanciunas inside. He's guarded by Nurkic. Looking at the midseason numbers for international viewership, Doris, the league is really making an impression around the world.
I know soccer is maybe the biggest sport worldwide, but what has struck me over the last 5 to 10 years is how global a game basketball has become, and the fact that it's one of the fastest growing sports in the entire world. And make no mistake, to me, it's the league that has brought this ability to bring people together with incredible stars who fans can relate to. The one guy that comes to mind, obviously, Steph Curry.
Well said. The vision of the league to me is just incredible and unequal. And out of bounds as Toronto gains possession. And here now on the 2K leaderboard, the best distributors in the league. The point guards with the most assists per game this season. 5th on the list, Damian Lillard.
And obviously assists are the name of the game at the point guard position, and that's not lost on these guys. It's all about making their teammates better.
You know, you're right. Looking at some of the best teammates in the NBA right there, each of those players such a joy to play with, because when they're at the helm of an offense, the ball's always moving, everyone's involved, the game just flows.
And so it's Turner with it. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. McCollum kicks to Aminu. Turner finds Lillard. Back to Turner. Down low. And Portland turns it over again.
And now a look at Serge Ibaka. Some stats on him. This last month, he has been a real positive for this team. 4th in three-point field goal percentage, 6th in blocks, and he's a defensive ball hawk. You can't let your guard down. Remember, he's 10th in the league in steals per game.
And yeah, he's one of the dead-eye sharpshooters in the game for sure. A top 5 percentage guy from deep. Just a hard man to slow down. And Al-Farouq Aminu gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. And Valanciunas kicks to Ibaka. Raptors moving the ball around. The drive by Green. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow.
And they've done a nice job controlling the defensive backboard to start this game.
Near the three-point line, it's McCollum. And the shot falls short this time.
Man, right play, wrong result on that one. Generally, you knock those down.
Yeah, that's a surprising miss, Greg. I have a feeling if they get that shot again, they'll knock it down next time.
Now, here's Green. Last game he had 10 points. Trailblazers leading by 5. Lillard left side. Nurkic dishes to Lillard. Three-pointer. Offensive rebound. He can't get that one to fall. For Toronto, they come in off the loss to the Warriors in Oakland. Lowry against Lillard. And Lowry gets it to go.
Well, that's Kyle Lowry, the burst of speed to beat everyone up the floor and leaves no doubt with the finish.
And David Aldridge spoke with Nick Nurse. David.
Well, Kevin, I asked him what the strategy was offensively, and he said, look, we want to avoid having to take so many outside shots. They want to exploit what he described as a mismatch inside. He said, we have the talent down low to make things very difficult on those guys, and we're going to use it. Kevin?
Thank you, David. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Myers Leonard, he's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Harkless comes in for Al-Farouq Aminu. Stauskas is checked in for Evan Turner. And it's Seth Curry in for Lillard. A new group in now for the Raptors. Siakam is checked in for Ibaka. OG Anunoby comes in for Kawhi Leonard. DeLon Wright, he's checked in for Green. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Kyle Lowry.
I tell you, you allow Jonas Valanciunas space and he will throw it down. He's got the size and length to make it look easy.
McCollum outside, takes the three. Oh, and the jam by Harkless.
And Kevin, plays like that, really the reason they've got a nice lead right now. Just a great job on the glass.
And Greg, the jam and the follow gets their whole bench jumping. Look at them, they are really into it.
The other bench deflated because that was a rough sequence for the defense. They hated to give up those points, but did nothing to stop it.
Trailblazers leading by 5. Now Curry. No points in the game yet for him. McCollum outside. Just 5 to shoot. And it's Leonard with the jam.
This guy is a beast on the board.
And when he gets those second chance points, GA, he does not waste one of them.
So very quick to convert off the miss, and usually with authority.
An emphatic alley-oop jam.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Havoc.
And so far this quarter, he's been a little off on his game.
Yeah, scoring isn't coming naturally to him right now. Looking a little bit uncomfortable out there.
Count the basket. Portland leading. McCollum passes to Curry. Right side, Leonard to the inside. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. And it took a few seasons, Doris, for Seth Curry to prove himself on the NBA level.
How about his start, Kevin? 5 teams in his first 5 years. But he flourished when given the chance, and we know is a deadly shooter.
Shooting 2.
No good on the free throw. Locker room presence, one of the aspects that gets overlooked by fans, but Doris, not by coaches. And there are some players who have that presence.
You know what, Kevin? And this can take the shape of a lot of different things. So one guy that comes to mind is Sean Livingston. Always calm, always about team. Thaddeus Young is not a name necessarily that is at the top of every best player list, but anyone who's ever coached Thad Young believes in his ability to affect positively a locker room. Then you have those guys who maybe are going to challenge you a little bit more, but ultimately are good for the team. And I would cite Draymond Green, who will call out a teammate if necessary, push them to greater heights. You need both kinds, I think, Kevin, in your locker room.
Here's McCollum after the Raptors pick up 2. And there's Myers Leonard on the assist by McCollum. McCollum's got 3 assists tonight. Raptors trail by 4. Pass to Valanciunas. Back to Van Vliet. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Curry kicks to McCollum. And here is Harkless. 9-point game his last outing. Lays it up off the glass. And the Trailblazers lead by 4.
I'll tell you, not a lot you can do on defense there, Boyd. Curry on a mission to score the basketball.
1:36 left to play in the first quarter. Right outside. 6 to shoot. Stolen by McCollum. Inside. Curry gets the bucket. Curry's got 5 now.
Well, this is an experienced shooter in these situations. Even when Seth Curry is under pressure, he's able to keep his calm and cool.
Van Vliet kicks to Valanciunas. Shoots over Leonard. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Curry finds McCollum. Trailblazers moving the ball around. And that one's good. Leonard.
Boy, defender taken out of the play with a rock-solid screen. No way he's going to get through that.
Now the pass to Siakam. Down it goes for his 3rd basket in as many tries. Here's Curry. 5 points in the game. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Kicks to McCollum. Harkless on the wing. Puts it up from 15. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
Right, the pass to Anunoby. Here's Van Vliet. He's guarded by McCollum. It's stolen by Stauskas. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers, with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low, so many of their points coming right at the rim. Back to the action after this word. One of the most lethal scorers in the game, All-Star Damian Lillard, talks about why confidence is big for him.
I like a challenge. I love being here, and I feel like, if I have the confidence in myself that I say I have, then we could bring in some guys that can get better, and we can build something from here on out. Same thing happened with Golden State. Nobody talked about Golden State 4 years ago.
And the Blazers, Greg, disappointed with last year's first-round defeat, but they've assembled some nice talent.
And like he said, we've seen teams jump into title contention more quickly than expected in the past.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And from Portland, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
I mean, they're winning the turnover battle, and oftentimes that can swing things your way.
Well, you really like the activity on the defensive end. Outstanding, jumping into passing lanes and coming up with steals.
We've got C.J. McCollum. Stauskas is out there with Mo Harkless. Then it's Curry. And it's Leonard in at the 5, patrolling the paint. They're the group the Portland Trailblazers will start the second quarter with. Now here's Curry. They lead by their biggest margin of the game, 9. 5 to shoot. For 3, Stauskas. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
And so Van Vliet will bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
And that can happen on the road. You can get a little bit tight, and often it really shows itself at the free throw line.
It certainly appeared that they let the crowd get to them a little bit. Looked like they were rushing their foul shots, and that can't happen. You've got to lock in.
McCollum, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And there's the foul. It's called on Toronto.
2.
And we've seen just how incredible McCollum can be when he is feeling it. One of the few guards in the league who gets everything to fall when his shot is on. It's why he can just erupt with huge scoring nights at any given time.
Two shots.
The first free throw is good. And with McCollum's explosiveness, Greg, you recall he put up 50 points in a game last season.
And how about he did so in under 30 minutes of floor time? McCollum, only the second player to ever achieve that mark. Helps he started with a 28-point first quarter. When he is locked in, he can put up points like nobody's business.
And so McCollum nails both of them. With college basketball expanding the three-point arc out to FIBA range, Doris, does that set the table, you think, for the NBA to move its arc, their three-point shooting line, out as well?
I think one of the things that I would like to see, Kevin, is a more unified game across countries, right? We've talked about the NBA and basketball in particular becoming a more global game. I think one thing that I'd really love to see at the lower levels of basketball in the formative stages is young players have to play with a shot clock. Because what that forces those players to do is be three-tool players. Under duress of a shot clock, you better be able to put the ball on the deck, make a pass, or take a shot. So I think the more we can normalize a set of international rules, the better basketball is going to be long-term.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Kyle Lowry is a player who has worked his way to stardom. He says, I still feel like I can be better. I'm never satisfied. My team is good, but I think the best I can be is a champion. There is no other goal in basketball. Guys?
D.A., that's how you truly create a legacy. That one goes in.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought without any individual agendas.
Siakam kicks to Leonard. No one covering. Leonard's got his second bucket tonight.
Boy, you have got to love the dime, the pass on time and on target.
Lillard outside. To the paint. Lock at 6. Lets it go with a 3. Siakam pulls it in.
Boy, I'll tell you, still looking for that first 3 of the second quarter. He had one to open this game in the first.
Lillard against Lowry. Toronto working the ball around now. Here's Siakam. He's guarded by Nurkic. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. Siakam far from the most skilled player on the floor, but Dorsey finds minutes through his hustle.
This guy has got one of the highest motors in the league. He can leak out in transition, finish in the open floor. I'll tell you, this is a jolt of caffeine in a power forward's body.
And he makes the first. And this Toronto team has started to depend on threes more often for their offense.
You're right, Kevin. They went from being near the bottom of the league in threes attempted to top 5 in attempts this past year. And a lot of that is the green light to shoot from the wings that they have. It's another dynamic to an already potent scoring machine.
He hits one and misses one, each at the line. Curry against Green. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. That one falls. Curry's got 7 points in the game.
Well, as reliable as it gets from the mid-range. Seth Curry very good at finding those opportunities in those spaces.
So timeout called here, the first for Toronto.
While we have a moment, let's check the stats for Damian Lillard. Over the last month, he has been spectacular. He's averaging 28 points, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. He has been terrific throughout, putting up some huge numbers offensively.
Well, this is exactly who he is, a flat-out scoring machine. You plug him in and let him go to work.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Fantastic anticipation. Then he shows major explosiveness converting at the other end.
And it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Leonard. And here's Portland. They're on a 16-5 run here. Back to Lillard. Pass to Aminu. Nurkic in the post. He's against Green. And Nurkic, the bucket on the assist by Aminu.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. And load the plate. Now, here's Green. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Leonard inside. Turner covering. From 11 feet away. Yep, that one goes. 6 points for Kawhi Leonard.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
And Lillard kicks to Turner. They get a hand on it. Here's Nurkic. And finished off by Nurkic.
The offense is running well, but more importantly, they're taking the shots they know they can make.
Well, they haven't had to force anything. They're simply moving the ball and working for the best available shot.
Now, here's Lowry. 17 points for him last game against Golden State. Leonard, no luck.
I'll tell you, he hasn't been able to find the mark all night. It's a big reason they're staring at this deficit.
Curry kicks to Lillard. Beyond the arc. That one, no good. And Toronto will go the other way with it. Up top, Leonard. Turner covering. Here is Lowry. A good portion of the scoring has come from him. He averages more than 18 points a game. Takes a three. Portland grabs the miss. Aminu's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Lillard, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Kyle Lowry picks one up there.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul. And Damian Lillard has always been an incredible scorer. His range and ability to create let him carry the load on offense, and has also stepped up as a vocal leader for this team, has grown into that role the last few seasons.
The first one falls. And with Lillard and becoming a team leader, Greg, he's always been one to lead by example.
And when Lillard was the clear star of the team, players started to look at him as a mentor, or realize the kind of effect he can have on his teammates. And that led him to opening up, inviting them to dinner and hanging out. Wasn't something he took to immediately, but he has shown he can not only be a franchise talent on the court, but off the court as well.
Now here's Green. He kicks to Lowry. Shoots from the baseline. The shot is good. It's his second bucket in 5 tries.
Boy, Kevin, I thought he might get a call there. I thought it was pretty clear contact. But we know Lowry's not looking for the whistle. This guy's just looking to put points on the board.
Lillard finds Curry. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Curry's got 7 now in this quarter.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
And the Raptors call time here. Well, Damian Lillard has never been one to doubt himself, and when he plays, he exudes confidence.
Has a short-term memory, which allows him to keep attacking even after he's missed a few. And that's the mentality you have to have on offense. He might be as good as any other guard in this game.
Down low. Here's Leonard. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Leonard's got 8 points.
I tell you, get the feeling he's only going to get better as this game wears on. That first quarter was good. His second quarter has been great.
Now here's Lillard. He had a 33-point outing in their last game against the Grizzlies in Memphis. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's foul number 2 for him.
Guys, that's number 2 on him. And they do not need him to sit right away. But one more foul before the half, and he'll be headed to the bench.
It's stolen by Ibaka.
Oh, that's a tough pass to make there. He had a very narrow gap to squeeze it through and just couldn't get it done.
Green, the pass to Lowry. Ibaka outside. Leonard looking over the floor from 15 feet away, and a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Ibaka's got his second basket. Portland leading by 18. Curry kicks to Nurkic. Passes it to Aminu. Lillard outside. Over Lowry. Again, the Trailblazers score.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Leonard against Turner. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Pass to Curry. And it's Aminu in the corner. It's rebounded by Kyle Lowry.
They're not going to get away with many mistakes like that on the defensive end. You got to get out on him right there.
Green, no luck. And so it's Turner with it. He brings it up for the Portland Trailblazers. Baseline jumper. The shot that time, not on target. Great D that time from Green. Leonard against Turner. And that one's good. Leonard's got 8 here in the quarter.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
The pass to Aminu. He wants to get it to Nurkic and does. Yep, that one goes in there.
Boy, every time he goes up now, it just looks like the shot's going in. He's perfect from the field in this quarter.
And the Raptors call time here.
Yeah, I think Coach calls his timeout right now because he's not happy with the distribution of shots. Difficult shots, contested shots. You've got to get a better offensive rhythm.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Myers Leonard, he's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Reese Harkless comes in for Al Farouk Aminu. Stauskas is checked in for Turner. And McCollum subbed in for Seth Curry. A new group in now for the Raptors. Valanciunas, he's checked in for Ibaka. OG Anunoby comes in for Pascal Siakam. White, he's checked in for Green. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Kyle Lowry. Now here's Harkless. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go. Count that one.
That pass into the paint, that is a work of art there. Dead on target.
And Wright kicks to Leonard. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game. And with Kawhi in this past summer, his health was such an unknown quantity during trade talks. Now that we know that Kawhi is a full go, it looks like a great deal for Toronto. Casts a bit of a shadow and doubt over Kawhi's last year in San Antonio, but it is what it is at this point.
That free throw good from Leonard.
You know, there are differing opinions as to who the best defensive player in the league is, but no matter what, Kawhi is always in the discussion.
Now, here's Lillard. 13 points in the game. And Leonard gets it to go on the assist by Lillard. And that's now 9 points for Leonard.
Just look at what a sniper he is from long range. He's got such an unusual skill for a big fella.
The feed to Leonard. Back to Wright. Just 5 to shoot. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
Look, Kevin, you know this. There's a long history of great players coming out of Lithuania, and Valanciunas right there with the best of them. Remember, back in 2012, this guy was the MVP of the Lithuanian Basketball League.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
Yeah, he's at 81% from the line, and when we've had a chance to see him, he's had great form and continues to look confident.
And he can't get the first one.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
And he sinks the second. 1:24 left in the second quarter. Right against McCollum. Toronto grabs the miss. Valanciunas has got 4 rebounds in this game.
Boy, what a tough night. Imagine what their lead would be if he were having a better night from the field.
And not the guy you want to send to the line. He has been automatic.
And Greg, one of the stories that had started developing since last season was the talk of Kawhi Leonard wanting out. Too many soured relationships, it seemed.
And he was eventually moved after requesting a trade. Pop and the Spurs tried just about everything they could to convince him to stay. Probably the most drama for a team known for not having any drama.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
Boy, showing a lot more aggressiveness now after making 0 trips to the line in the first quarter.
And Lillard kicks to Leonard. Inside. McCollum passes to Stauskas. Just 5 on the clock. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. He had a nice open look right there. McCollum's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
And that's an element McCollum brings to their offense, the ability to drain the outside shot. It stretches the defense and makes them keep bodies on the perimeter.
Now here's Leonard. He's coming off a 22-point game against the Warriors in Oakland.
And he was aggressive in how he played on the defensive side of the floor, notching 3 steals on the game.
Here's Stauskas. They have a 22-point lead. It's the most they've led by. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Stauskas has got 5 now.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
Right, really a disappointing effort on the defensive end, not offering any challenge at all at the cup.
Here's Leonard. And so it's Portland finishing the quarter up by a whopping 24 points. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, guys. Here with head coach Terry Stotts. Coach, what has gone right for your team so far?
Well, we've got a lot of energy. Getting stops and getting runouts is the biggest difference.
And that gets your guards involved early in the offense. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. So far, a pretty lopsided game, but still one half to play. I'm Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Damian Lillard has been having a big night. He had 13 points, 3 assists, and 1 rebound. What'd you think about Portland, Kenny?
Well, we can't look past the huge contribution their bench has provided. They've got this lead mainly because of the injection of energy and offense that they got from their reserves. That's what a coach wants to see. I'm guessing the minutes will be spread out a little bit in the second half.
Shaq, let's get your insight on Toronto.
Well, with the way they struggled to defend the three-point line, it started to look like warm-up drills. They cannot be afraid to bring more defenders out high. They got to make life tougher on those outside shooters.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks
Goodbye,
for
folks.
joining us. Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. And here's Lillard. He brings it up for the Portland Trailblazers. After this one, they take on the Clippers at the Staples Center. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. So for Toronto right now, inside pairing is Ibaka and Valanciunas. Kyle Lowry and Danny Green are the guard tandem. And it's Leonard in at the 3. Now Green after the missed 3 from Damian Lillard. And it's Green with the jam.
And ran his man straight into the screen and got a clear path to the bucket.
That is how it is done.
Great teamwork. That's something you develop by practicing it over and over again.
And, he's a threat from deep, no doubt about it, but it just has not been there for him tonight. You might want to change your game plan a little bit offensively.
Now here's McCollum. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go. Over Green. Add another make to his scoring column. His 5th basket of the game. Now shooting 5 of 11.
I mean, if you're looking to get back into this game, you have to get tougher defensively.
Now here's Valanciunas. Dishes it to Leonard. Shoots over Lillard. Nice jump shot. Good. 17 points for Kawhi Leonard. Trailblazers leading by 22. Lillard with it. Lowry picks him up. Lillard finds McCollum. Ibaka against Aminu. Back to McCollum. From deep three-point range. Good for his sixth make in a dozen attempts, shooting 50% with that basket.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Lowry passes to Valanciunas. Leonard on the wing. The 3-ball. Buries the long-range jumper. Leonard's got 5 points in the quarter.
Really like the energy I'm seeing from this offense. 3 for 4 to open the third.
Here's Lillard. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And for someone who spends most of his time on the perimeter, Lillard's a terrific finisher inside. His moves to the basket aren't tentative. They are strong.
Lowry with the ball. Outside Leonard. Kicks it to Valanciunas. Leonard inside. He's covered by Aminu. They grab their own miss. Ibaka, no luck.
Boy, a little too casual on the layup. Temporary loss of focus. Not good.
Lillard softly drops in the floater. Lillard's got 18 points in the game.
And how about Lillard just being aggressive here on offense? He can heat up quickly, just super efficient, and a high IQ score.
Toronto calls timeout. Now a chance to see the NBA leaders in steals. Second is Kawhi Leonard.
And he's been a rock for them defensively. Just so many steals for him this year, and so many of them have been in key moments for his team.
Here's Green. Outside Leonard. Over to the wing. A wide open look here for Ibaka. No good on the 3. Turner looking around. And Lillard kicks to Turner. He dishes it to Aminu. Lock at 6. McCollum passes to Turner. Over Ibaka. And Turner the bucket on the assist by McCollum.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Toronto's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Green against McCollum. Lowry kicks to Leonard. Here's Valanciunas. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2. 9 points in the game so far.
Well, Kevin, even with a defender in his grill, Jonas Valanciunas determined to score the basketball.
Aminu against Ibaka. Back to McCollum. Fires from deep. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
And how about the consistency from range tonight? Really impressive.
Well, it is all about the 3-ball nowadays in the NBA. And when he's hitting from there, it's going to make things very tough on the defense.
And Lowry gets it to go.
Boy, they've been terrific from beyond here in the second.
Here's McCollum. And the Trailblazers getting another bucket right there.
With a player this hot, I don't see their lead going anywhere.
And here's Lowry. He'll bring it up for the Raptors. And Ibaka kicks to Leonard. Back to Ibaka. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
You know, and Serge Ibaka, a player who kind of came into the league as a defensive stopper, shot blocker. You know, still has great length and can bother shots, but not the prolific shot blocker he once was, as the focus has become more on the offensive end.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good. Serge Ibaka. And with Ibaka, at one point, would average almost 4 blocks a game.
Yeah, I mean, it is hard for any player to maintain a pace that high at this stage. Ibaka's done well to adjust, I think, his capabilities and make sure he can still have an impact on defense. The block numbers won't ever be as gaudy as they once were, but he is still causing problems for shooters.
Well, Serge Ibaka has been willing to become a modern NBA stretch four. You have to be able to shoot the three, and Serge is willing to follow the correct trends of the league. You love the adjustment.
Toronto's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. And that one's good. Green.
I'll tell you, such a tremendous rhythm to that sequence. Great player movement, great ball movement on the lead pass.
Lowry against Curry. Now the dish to Nurkic. Pass to McCollum. Curry on the wing. Over Lowry. And too long on the shot. And Doris, with Ibaka, he has changed his offensive approach, but the defense stays the same.
Right. You think early on he was defined by his shot blocking ability, and I still think he can protect the rim. He knows how important an emphatic block can be for team-changing momentum.
Portland, no good that time either.
Yeah, and he had the D tangled up there with that patented crossover. Just couldn't convert the finish.
Now, here's Green. He has 6. And Siakam has it in the corner. Leonard against Turner. Fades. And good. And it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. 22 points for Kawhi Leonard. Lowry against Curry. And it's Aminu in the corner. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got 3 assists now in this one.
Obviously, he's not the top priority for the defense in those situations. It results in an open 3.
Ibaka dishes to Lowry. Siakam kicks to Leonard. Lobs it up for Ibaka, trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Here's McCollum, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Here now, the upcoming schedule for the Portland Trailblazers. On Monday, they'll be playing against Lou Williams and the Los Angeles Clippers. And then on Wednesday, they'll be matching up against Mike Conley and the Memphis Grizzlies.
Yeah, and for the game with the Mavericks, it's going to be an all-out battle. And you just hope they are rested and able to execute their game plan, as it's going to be a tremendous challenge.
First free throw is good for the Trailblazers. Leonard, he's checked in for Nurkic. Harkless comes in for Al-Farouq Aminu. And Nick Stauskas is subbed in for Evan Turner. Then for the Raptors, OG Anunoby's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. DeLon Wright comes in for Danny Green. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Kyle Lowry. Good on both. Here's VanVleet. Here's Anunoby. It's rebounded by Stauskas.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
And that's really a function of the offense not working as it should.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's not how you capitalize on the offensive end. You simply have to be more patient.
Portland's gotten the three-pointer to fall to the tune of 50% here in the third quarter. They've made 3 of 6. Curry attacking, and the rejection by Ibaka.
Boy, great extension from Ibaka. His length always a factor.
Ibaka comes with the double team. And here's Stauskas from the arc. A three-pointer is right on target. Stauskas has got 8.
Having a lot of trouble stopping the three-point shot.
VanVleet kicks to right. Here's Anunoby. He is guarded by McCollum. Ibaka, solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet. Ibaka's got 4 points this quarter.
Well, a little bit of assertiveness from the native of Congo. Serge Ibaka has the green light.
It's stolen by Ibaka. Here's Wright. Leonard with the steal. Now here's Curry. Not a lot of room.
And with the chance, let's take a look now at the numbers for Wright. He's around 6 points per game, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. And those numbers, solid, not spectacular, and sometimes what you see is what you get.
There's no doubt. This is a guy who understands his role, knows he's got to give you quality minutes, and that's what they expect from him.
And the first one at the line is good.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
Well, similar to his brother Steph, Seth is a knockdown shooter. This guy's a crafty combo guard with a number of tricks up his sleeve.
Here's Van Vliet. From outside, off the mark. Portland's got more than a 50% success rate on their three-pointers since halftime. They're 4 of 7. Leonard finds McCollum. To the middle. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. Right inside. He is guarded by McCollum, and Seth Curry is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
On defense, Portland. Siakam kicks to Van Vliet. Back to Siakam. 5 to shoot. Anunoby, no good. This has been a one-sided affair.
Yeah, they've done a nice job of extending their lead and maintaining that intensity level.
Curry attacking. The rebound by Ibaka. Ibaka's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Right, the pass to Van Vliet. Basket, good. Van Vliet's got his second basket of the night. Here's McCollum. 24 points for him. And DeLon Wright gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game. And so here's Portland. Stauskas dishes to Curry. McCollum outside. Misses the 3. And so Van Vliet will bring it up for the Raptors. They grab their own miss.
The defense not doing its job there. Left him wide open, and I'm sure he's kicking himself for not cashing in.
Right side, Leonard. It's stolen by Ibaka. Here's Van Vliet. The kick out to Wright. Pass to Siakam. At the elbow, it's Ibaka. There's the triple. Van Vliet can't get it to go. One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
Here's Stauskas. He's got 8. Launches a 3. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Siakam's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Right, looking around. Anunoby in the corner. 6 to shoot. Fires from the wing. Good on the jump shot. Anunoby's got his first 2 points. Portland's gone downtown a lot since halftime. They've missed 5 of their 9 attempts out there. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. For Portland, they have shot 10 of 11 at the line. Nice work so far for them.
2 shots.
That free throw good from Leonard. Lillard's checked in for Portland. And Toronto also making a switch. Valanciunas is checked in for Serge Ibaka. Leonard hits them both. Toronto shooting it well here in the third, about 50%. 35 seconds left in the third. Valanciunas inside. Leonard's there. And for Portland, they're shooting 47% since getting things started in the third quarter. Here's Harkless, and he lays it straight in.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Wright against Curry. Wright finds Valanciunas. Count it. Valanciunas has got 4 points in the quarter.
Kevin, I like the physicality on that play by Jonas Valanciunas. Simply powers through the contact, showing he can give it as well as take it.
C.J. McCollum, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the Portland Trailblazers. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Well, this is exactly what you're looking for from your point guard. Survey the floor, serve it up on time and on target.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. They've got Layman. Collins is out there with Myers-Leonard. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Stauskas in at the shooting guard. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Lillard outside. Offline with his three.
He had a make from downtown in the first half, but no threes since then.
And the shot will not go from Anunoby. The Trailblazers shooting the ball really well in this game, 58%. Here's Layman. Not going to go that time. And it's the Raptors taking it the other way. It's Richardson on the wing. And again, no good by Toronto.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Sinks the triple. Stauskas has got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for Portland.
And since halftime, they have been locked and loaded from beyond.
Yeah, there's no question about it. Knocking down triples repeatedly, the defense starting to look helpless at this point.
Pass to Layman. Portland moving the ball around. Stolen by Miles. And here's the fast break. Richardson leading the way. It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth quarter. Right against Lillard. To the wing on the left. Here's Collins. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Lillard's got assist number 5 here tonight.
Well, mouse in the house. He recognizes the size advantage and goes right to the rim. Good aggressive play.
Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Shot clock at 6. And Wright kicks to Anunoby. No good on the three.
Boy, he hasn't given them much of anything tonight. He's got to look for his own shot a little less and keep the ball moving.
And the shot goes down.
And a sharp pass to set up that high percentage shot in close.
And so it's Wright bringing up the ball for the Toronto Raptors. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. And it's Valanciunas finishing it off.
Well, the superior size of Valanciunas makes that alley-oop just a bit easier, but the timing terrific as well.
And that was an Unleashed Chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play, sponsored by Under Armour Hover Havoc. And the pass to Lillard. Fires the three. Rebound by the Raptors.
And even without that three ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
And Miles kicks to right. We know James Harden joined Durant and Westbrook in winning league MVP honors, Doris. Had those three stayed together in Oklahoma City, is there any doubt in your mind that they would have won at least one NBA championship?
Well, you think back to the time they worked together, and they did go to an NBA Finals and ended up being eliminated by LeBron James and the Miami Heat. So obviously, you like the opportunity they would have had to go to more. And let's give a little credit to the great GM of the Oklahoma City franchise, Sam Presti, who is responsible for the drafting of 3 MVP candidates. That in and of itself is quite remarkable. But you know this, Kevin. Success and failure, there is such a fine line. And there's a tenuous nature to things, an injury at the wrong time. So many times this trio was tripped up by an untimely situation. So, I mean, if they stay together, yes, you like their chances, but this is why history states otherwise.
Richardson against Lillard. Now Richardson floats one up. He lays it in.
Boy, I'll tell you, it takes a lot of confidence to go with the floater. That is not as easy as it looks.
And Lillard kicks to Layman. Pass to Stauskas. And here's Leonard. Passes it to Stauskas. Kicks it out to Leonard. Again, the Trailblazers good for 2.
And when you get this kind of shooting from him, 100% from the field, they're going to be tough to beat. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Here's Wright. Outside for Miles. Sinks the triple.
Well, this is his signature, right? C.J. Miles, best known for that ability to fill it up from deep. Pretty stuff.
Here is Lillard. Pass to Collins. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And Doris, last summer we saw the inaugural season of the NBA 2K League. Over half the league's franchises fielding teams. You know, it looks to be the start of something very special and very unique.
No doubt, Kevin. And the NBA has always been an organization at the forefront of embracing technology. And the reality is there is a huge market for this. The younger generation gets just as excited with how their virtual home team is doing in the standings. Big things on the horizon for the NBA 2K League, and you better not square up against me, Kev. You got no shot.
Oh, okay. I've recorded that comment. Powell, he's checked in for Toronto. Renzo Brown comes in for Wright. He hits the second from the line. Brown with it. The pass to Valanciunas. Made that one. It's his 7th of the contest. 7 for 15 from the floor. The Trailblazers have gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. Kicks to Collins. Pass to Stauskas. Inside. 5 on the clock. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
And defensively, moving his feet there, staying right on top of the shooter.
What a great job contesting without fouling. Exactly how you want to defend the mid-range shot.
And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Passes it to Layman. Here's Stauskas. Richardson covering. From downtown. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Toronto's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Miles, the pass to Richardson. No coverage that time.
And as they're trailing in this game, they're trying to stay in it with the triple. They're shooting a lot more of them than they did in the first half.
Leonard kicks to Collins. To the paint. Trent gets the bucket.
I'll tell you, it was the sharp passing that led to that shot. Terrific teamwork.
And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for Toronto. Up top, Valanciunas. Back to Brown. Oh, the lob to Valanciunas. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And the definition of teamwork right there on that alley-oop.
And, Greg, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder. Yeah. Pass to Stauskas. To the inside. And stolen by Richardson. An even 3-on-3 break. He kicks it to Miles. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. C.J. Miles, the veteran scorer, over a dozen years of service, and his shooting keeps him in demand.
Well, think back. Miles was actually a second-round pick, and it took him a couple of years to find his role. But, boy, has he steadily become a deadly threat from beyond the arc.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That one is off. A lot of times late in the season, Doris, we see the expensive vets bought out of their contracts. Often they sign for a cheap price for a true contender, and that affects parity among postseason qualifiers.
No doubt about it, Kevin. It really brings into very sharp focus the value of a quality GM, because the rich can get richer, and it can tilt things toward the top teams. I don't mind it, Kevin. Part of the reason these players agree to a buyout in the first place is the opportunity to choose their next situation. It is within the rules, and therefore I have no problem with it.
I like it as well. And that one drops for him.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
The Trailblazers have gone 6 of 13, so just above 46% on their field goal attempts here in the quarter. That one good for 2.
Well, you know that Seth Curry will be aggressive regardless of where he is on the floor. Nice look inside there.
Curry against Brown. The pass to Richardson. Valanciunas inside. Basket good. Richardson's got 8 points here in this quarter.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Pass to Stauskas. Leonard against Valanciunas. Right side Curry. Shoots over Powell. Curry can't get it to go. Toronto's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Down low, here's Richardson. So it's Richardson with the jam.
He just bangs down the one-hander.
2 very easy points right here. Curry kicks to Stauskas. Leonard against Valanciunas. Passes it to Harkless. You always hear coaches preaching consistency. Doris, what enables that kind of night in, night out reliability?
Well, I think a lot goes into it, and you can start with pride, Kevin. If you're putting in the kind of preparation necessary, then you're going to take a certain amount of pride in the things you do on a night-by-night basis. Things aren't always going to go your way, but it's not how you end the night. It's how do you respond in the middle of the game when things are going against you. Calls haven't gone your way, or perhaps there's a bad matchup. What's your response? So a lot of things go into consistency, and it's why we take special pride covering players who pride themselves on being available.
And one of the most admired things you have, too, as well.
Correct. Michael Jordan loved to play every night.
Free throw good, Miles.
You know, Kevin, I don't think you can put a price on the experience C.J. Miles brings to the table. He is such a valuable contributor on both ends of the floor.
Curry kicks to Lillard. Pass to Nurkic. Shot clock at 5. Here's Turner. And an air ball on that one. Way off. Outside, Green. And there's the call on Curry. That'll be his second foul of the game. Some changes for Toronto. Valanciunas comes in for C.J. Miles, and Kyle Lowry subbed in for Richardson.
Kyle Lowry.
It's stolen by Aminu. Now here's Lillard. Kicks it to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. Now the pass to Curry. Shot clock at 6. Turner finds Curry. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Raptors trail by 19. Lowry dishes to Leonard. And Lillard is going to pick up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
Second personal foul.
There's a minute 47 left in the fourth quarter.
Really poor pass there, guys. And the D did a great job capitalizing off the mistake.
He kicks it to Aminu. Here's Nurkic. Misses, and the dry spell continues.
Boy, the defense collapsing and throwing him off balance on his way to the cup.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness, as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Trailblazers.
The one area that stands out that we've seen tonight from them, their aggressiveness in getting steals, something I know that you really value yourself.
I think it sparked their offense. It deflates the opposition, and when you have the type of effort we saw tonight, it's pretty hard to overcome that defensive pressure down the stretch.
And an important milestone for them tonight as they pick up win number 10.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And as usual, some excellent work tonight in what was a quality big impact game for C.J. McCollum.
Boy, what a security blanket this guy has been on the offensive end. He made sure they didn't suffer any cold spells. And anytime the offense started to get stagnant, they could get him the basketball and he'd get them in the right position.
Curry against Green. 4 on the clock. Curry, good.
And that's a killer instinct on display as they try to put this one on ice.
I think that's exactly the mentality you have to have. You don't want to give this team any hope of coming back.
Lowry from outside. Good on the triple.
Well, Kyle Lowry has proven to be a dead-eye shooter when given space, and he's comfortable off the dribble or catch and shoot.
And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense, potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Damian, it looks like this team's progress can be measured by your improvement at the defensive end. And did we see that tonight?
We made some mistakes like every other basketball team does, but I think we did a great job of making adjustments. We got a little more physical. We did a great job of that.
And that led to a big win, Damian. Thanks for your time, man. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.